It's soft. They're very hairy and soft. I'm not kidding you. I wouldn't say it if it was gross.
It's considered an outbreak year for the western tent caterpillars, but Jim Plasturis, manager of parks and operations for the city of Nanaimo, says they may not be as bad as some people think. And they're not monsters.
No, they're not going to bite you at all. This is no room at the inn here.
Oh, it moved!
It
moved!
I told you it felt weird. They're in their life stage going towards becoming an adult moth. That's yet for them to experience. But the moths that they turn out to be don't cause us any harm, and it's something we wouldn't even notice. It's just at this stage of their life when they're really feeding to build up to that next stage that we're seeing the damage to trees. So they're here for the salad.
Despite feeding off the leaves, an infestation of these caterpillars won't terminally harm a healthy tree.
If a tree happened to be, and it would be just a one-up situation, if there was a weak tree anyways that was suffering from disease or drought or some other issues, chances are that if there were enough caterpillars, it may take that little tree, but chances of that are slim. For the most part, they're healthy, mature, and trees that they just feeding on the foliage, and that's all it is. It's just leaf desiccation.
Even though it's an early season for the tent caterpillar, you don't have to worry about them getting progressively worse and taking over everything by the end of the summer. In fact, this is the peak of their cycle.
Like any insect, there's a life cycle duration here, and these tent caterpillars, when they're in the outbreak, if you will, or the infestation stage, usually only lasts for 2 to 3 weeks. Given that it's so early in May now, and the cycle is kind of coming to close to an end, hopefully, I can certainly see that there's enough spring weather and spring time for these trees to grow new leaves, and all will be well.
The city of Nanaimo has a horticulture crew that's spraying a biological product as well as doing hand pruning to eliminate the tent caterpillars. But Jim says residents don't necessarily have to do anything.
They can let the tent caterpillars be if they don't feel that it's causing them or the tree too much in the way of damage. Again, I mentioned their feeding frenzy will come to an end. They will die of natural causes. If they feel that they need to do something because maybe aesthetically the tree isn't looking as well as it should, they can do a couple of things. One is to actually prune out the tents, or you can actually go to your neighborhood nursery and plant nursery, and there's a biological control, and that can be sprayed on with no harm at all to humans, pets, or any other kind of wildlife.
The biological spray that Jim's referring to is called BT. But if you're going to do the pruning, all you need to do to dispose of them is place them in soapy water until they drown, and then they're safe for your compost pile. In Nanaimo, I'm Kelly Robinson.